Hello, this is the Podsquad with only me, Nick, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Green Day album, Revolution Radio. This is, I think, either their 12th or 13th album. They've done a lot of albums, and it seems like it follows on from American Idiot, sort of like the themes and acts. They have a song called Ordinary Worlds. They mention Jesus of Suburbia in it as well. They have a lot of themes that sort of go back to the American Idiot album. But one thing I will say now, if you were disappointed by New Dolls and Trey, this I personally think is a lot better than New Dolls and Trey. I know people had mixed feelings about them three albums. So quite quick, they've done a lot of songs very quickly. There's something like 40 songs released in about space of about 3 or 4 months. But yeah, let's actually talk about this album now. So it starts off quite calm with Somewhere Now. It doesn't seem like a very sort of full-on punk song sort of thing that they're quite well known for, apart from Good Riddance. But yeah, it's alright. Not amazing, but the next two songs, which had been both released as singles, the two first songs, Bang Bang and Revolution Radio, they're very good. They're sort of very energetic, sort of quite political, and just the whole sort of Green Day-ish sort of thing. It's just good. I don't know what other word to say. Don't know how else to describe it.
Sick.
Sick, yes. It is sick.
It's lit.
It's what?
Lit AF.
This is lit AF, yes. Very good. I don't know.
Like in monotone voice. This is lit AF.
This is lit AF. They're both very good songs, very sort of fast-paced songs and everything. The traditional sort of pop punk songs. Say Goodbye, it's a soft song. It's alright, not great. It was a bit too sort of New Dolls Trey sort of thing. It sounded quite cheesy at points. Not as cheesy as Still Breathing. That was just like an all-time low song. That was very shit. Like, it's probably going to be their most well-known song because it appeals to that sort of audience. There's sort of like more people listen to All Time Low or Fall Out Boy and then crappy bands. Outlawed, I think, was very good for actually carrying on the narrative for the album. Like, it's an alright song in its own, but in the album it's placed perfectly, and it sort of goes on what actually happens to Suburbia or Jesus of Suburbia afterwards. After what they said about the song, where he's pretty much just as kids who was, I think he was just like outcasted by society or something. He grew up like in the suburbs, of course, Suburbia. Bounced off the wall. That's pretty decent as well. Like, quite sort of. It seemed like I listened to that song before. Thank you very much. It seemed like I listened to that song before from other places. It was sung quite a lot. Sort of similar songs and that I've heard before. Breathing I've already went over. Youngblood was pretty good. Sort of this has the same problem as Bounce Off the Wall, but I don't know, I sort of prefer Youngblood. I don't know what it is, it just seems a bit more sort of a punch in the face sort of thing. Too Dumb to Die in Troubled Times, they're okay. They sort of felt a bit like filler, sort of. The album dipped a bit at that point. Forever Now, it was pretty good. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to do one of their sort of longer songs, sort of like 21st Century Breakdown or Jesus of Suburbia. It was okay. It was a good song, but it didn't compete to them other songs because it seems like instead of it being multiple songs, it was sort of just like a long song they just added in an extra 1 or 2 verses. I think the song could have been easily 3 or 4 minutes, but they sort of dragged it on for quite a bit, which seems quite annoying because I don't know, it just went for too long and yeah, it was just quite repetitive. The final song, Ordinary World, you might notice because in American Idiot there's a song Extraordinary Girl. Extraordinary. I don't know if it's a song to The Extraordinary Girl or something. It's used for the new film which Billy Joe Armstrong is actually in. I don't know what he is. I think he's just some guy who works at a music store or something, and then he ends up broken out to become like a rock star or something. I don't know. Do you know much about it?
No, I haven't listened to much of their new stuff.
No, there's like a film which Louis Armstrong's
Oh,
in.
no, I haven't seen it.
No, well, hasn't been released yet. I might do an episode on it. I might try and watch it. Overall, this album was pretty good. Not their best, but definitely an up from the Uno Dos and Trey, even though Molly's now triggered.
I see what you mean about Still Breathing, but I think Ordinary World sounds like that kind of thing as well. It sounds more pop rock.
It does, yeah. Yeah, but I'll give the overall album a review. I'm going to give it a 7. It's very good, sort of quite consistent. They actually kept to an album structure, but it wasn't. Some of the songs were a bit naff, like Still Breathing and Too Dumb to Die and that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend listening to it. So yeah, this has been the Podsquad with me, Nick. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever the hell the time of day is.